Hello, gamers, and welcome to Ready Up, a weekly gaming discussion podcast by NextPlay Australia. I'm your host, Brad, joined today by Jamie.
G'day.
And Berto.
How you going?
Good. How are you guys?
Fantastic.
Very
Not sick at
keen.
all.
Are you ready to talk games?
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Let's go.
That's what we're here for. Now, before we get into it, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to keep up to date with our latest videos. You can even follow us on our socials at NextPlayAU. And don't forget our news discussion podcast, Not Another Update, dropping weekly. Everything is linked below. And with housekeeping out of the way, let's get into the show. This week, we will be continuing our best games of the century list, where this week we'll be tackling 2010 to 2020.
Jesus.
Why
Long
do I
episode.
always- Oh, I know. Yeah. Strap
10
yourselves in.
years.
To 2014. But first, can you name the game for this week?
Ooh.
You can come out. It's safe now.
Bit of a sleeper hit, that one. Do you think you know what it
Jamie
is?
knows.
Well,
I
sit
think so.
tight as we reveal the answer at the end of the show. Alright, before we get into our main topic, let's talk about what games we've been playing recently. I'll start off. Nothing too much. I did boot up Tears of the Kingdom on Switch 2 the other day, which is exciting. I'm actually going to give it a
Hell yeah.
good go this time. I haven't touched it since it came out on Switch.
It's a different
so
game.
You never
Yeah,
finished it.
like I only played like 3-5 hours maybe
Oh, shit.
of it.
It's barely
So I'm
over.
excited to go back in. Yeah, I barely scratched the surface. The building thing kind of like scared me a bit because I'm not good with that type. I'm not a mechanic. Like, I don't know, but
Just put a
yeah,
shitload of fans on a bunch of things. That's all you need.
well, that's what I was doing when it first came out. I just put fans on everything, and sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't.
It's actually really fun. I love the building in that game.
Yeah,
I'm like you, Brad.
it works really well. Like, it was a great addition to, like, continue on from Breath of the Wild. Other than that, still playing Final Fantasy X-2. But yeah, not
Any
too
good?
much else in turn. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it actually. Like, it's not in my top 5 Final Fantasy games, but it's just fun being back in that world and seeing what's changed since the events of the first game. Yeah, no other games. I did see Evil Dead Burns last week, and that was very good.
Looks horrific. I've seen some clips of
It is
Oh.
it is horrific. It is
Heft up.
disgusting. It is so messed up. Yeah, I'm not going to talk too much on it because it's best if you just go in there blind. But yeah, it's very good. I have such a soft spot for the Evil Dead series. It's so consistently good after all these years. Yeah. Berto, what have you been playing that you can talk
So,
about?
Well, I can talk about
Oh, you can,
that we're
yes.
reviewing it. That's it.
Yes.
I can't talk
Alright,
about
go
anything
on.
else. So, well, firstly, I just want to shout out. I finished Star Fox again, so twice. Played enough of that. Reviews out. It's live on our website, which is great. I loved it. I think it's great. I think if you're a Star Fox fan, definitely buy it. And it's great that a lot of new generation of gamers can finally see what the big deal is, especially with the Mario Galaxy, I guess, cameo. But
Yeah.
I guess what I can talk about, but I can't talk about about the game physically, like what's happening, is I'm reviewing Halo for the PlayStation 5,
Shit.
which is crazy to say. We've reached this point in time on the
Is that a
timeline
pun
of,
for Halo Reach? Is that what that is?
basically, yeah.
It is now.
Which is a great introduction to our 2010 list. But no, just started that. That's all I'll say. Review will be live when embargo goes up next week. So
Yeah, I think we'll be able to talk about it next week on the pod.
yeah,
Is Master Chief in it?
you'll
You can't
see.
say. Damn.
Can't say.
Yeah.
Can't say anything.
Jamie, what about you? Have you been doing much in the game and space?
Oh, well, I finished off Power Wash Simulator 2. Popped the platinum in that one, actually. Oh,
Nice.
it's so relaxing. They literally just announced, I think it's this week, Star Wars DLC coming out. So you can go and wash down a bunch of different Star Wars locations. I think you can do the Cantina. And I think also the Millennium Falcon, I think. A shame that you can't like wash Yoda or anything like that, but maybe
I was-
additional.
I was just about to
Jabba.
say, can you
Wash it
wash
down,
the
Jabba would be good.
Mandalorian's chiseled abs?
Maybe that's another map pack to buy. But
I'll be there day one.
so the platinum was very easy to sort of just mop up. It was like finish game and then go in and just do a few bits and pieces here and there. So overall, I really liked it. It's a shame there's no physical for that because I have the physical in the first game and I would have liked to have side by side. I do have 007 installed. That's what I'm going to be playing next.
Nice.
I did it last night, installed it, and then I was planning to play tonight. Don't know if I will, but I want to hopefully get something in before the next pod. So
Yeah,
very keen for that.
awesome.
Awesome. Keen to hear your thoughts on that. All right, that's what we've been playing, but let's get on with our favorite games from 2010 to 2014. Starting with 2010, and I will go first. I have chosen Pokemon Heart Gold because I think that is the best Pokemon remake we've ever gotten, and possibly the best Pokemon game we've ever had, in my opinion.
Yeah, right.
I would love to see more remakes of older Pokemon titles in, like, let's go back to the pixel Pokemon just for a moment.
2D
I would
HD.
love
Let's
that.
go.
Yeah. Yes.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, so it's a remake of Gold and Silver. The day and nighttime cycles are there. You can go to the Kanto region post game and do all that. It's just, it's so good.
That blew
I
my
think-
mind as a kid when you could.
Yes,
do that
me
post-game.
too. I was like,
I was like,
wait,
what do you mean?
We're
I
going
go back.
Because in the hometown, like, you could see that, like, river going across to the east. And I think at one point someone says that the Kanto region is over there, and it's like, but I want to go there. And then you could go there.
Oh, that game's
Did-
so good.
I think this game came out with a Pokewalker as well. It was bundled in with...
The remake did, yeah.
With
I never
AX.
had
GBA?
it, but
Sorry.
Is this Game Boy Advance?
I think it's
DS.
wasn't it?
Yeah, just
Is it?
DS.
Very pricey to get a complete version of Heart Gold or Soul Silver these days.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. It is, I think, one of the most expensive games to...
Especially if it comes with the Walker you're mentioning as well. That's
Yeah.
adds the price as well, man.
Uh-huh. But yeah, that is mine. Yeah. I have a very soft spot for Pokemon Emerald, but Heart Gold is definitely up there with one of my favorite Pokemon titles ever. Jamie, what's your 2010 pick?
A great shout, by the way. I absolutely love Gold and
Yeah.
Silver, one of my favorite games. I never actually played the remakes because I skipped the DS, so but I still love that original. I'm going to do what I always do. Honorable mention is for Red Dead Redemption. Love that game, but it's just not going to be my number one for this year. Pretty much, I think if you know anything about what I like, you knew what I was going to pick. Mass Effect 2. I've already mentioned Mass Effect in I think the last episode we spoke about the games that we loved. But Mass Effect 2 built on everything that the original made and created one of the all-time greats, in my opinion. We talked about insane openings with Uncharted 2 on the last episode, but like, full spoilers if you haven't played it, like, you literally die at the start of the game. Like, you sacrifice yourself to go and save your entire crew.
And there's no spoilers.
But it's done so brilliantly. Like, it's a roller coaster. It's so on brand for Shepard to go and do this. And then seeing the visual of that all occur in space as he just sort of takes his final breath is like nuts. And it literally just sets you in this path of like, oh, okay, well, I'm back now. You know, you get sort of funded by Cerberus and they sort of rebuild you, like the $1 Million Man or whatever. And then you sort of have to go and find your squad again. It's like, what have they been doing while, I've been out? And it's all sort of ties into the previous game in a way of like, you're getting everyone together as like these random creatures are just abducting civilizations. And it all culminates in this massive suicide mission by the end of it. Which basically you need to build up all your friendship meters with everybody, pick all the right people for the right moments in the mission. Otherwise, you will lose members. And like the whole game is almost like get to know your side characters before the big mission. But it's like so brilliant. Like every character for the first game is basically there, but then they like introduce a bunch of different ones like Samara, Thane. And you basically just get to know them, and you do these little, like, there's like a spy mission with one of them, then you go and doing this other like creepy mission with another, and they're so varied, but they're so personal that you just build this bond, and the game just flies by. And what I love about it, like I said with the previous game, how it hinted towards a bigger threat by the end of it. You go through this entire suicide mission, you may or may not have lost squad members along the way, and this just takes down one Reaper. And then you see this whole armada of just Reapers coming your way for the third game. And it was just like, we just dealt with one, and that was the whole game. And then it's just like, yeah, it just blew my mind. I'm literally just like smiling to about this game. Mass Effect is incredible. And Mass Effect 2, I think, is peak of the series. Whilst I do appreciate 3 for what it does go action heavy. But yeah, 2 is just masterful. Absolutely love this game.
I need to play it, Jamie. I really do.
So you don't play any of them?
I dipped my toe into Andromeda when that came out.
Oh, why you dip your toe? It's like dipping your toe. It's like you've got all these
dipping.
pools and you dip your toe in the toilet. Like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
I didn't know at the time.
Dude,
I
I'll
think a
send
lot
you
of
the
people did.
legendary collection if you
Also,
want.
like you can talk. You're starting
No, I'm the
series
worst.
on
Yeah.
a bloody beta game.
Yeah. Resident Evil
I
on
actually-
the DS.
I have the is it a remaster
Maybe.
trilogy or remake trilogy?
Yeah.
I have that somewhere. Like I
Oh, yeah,
own
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I just haven't
And-
played it. Yeah.
I'd shit on Andromeda. I don't think it's as bad as a lot of people say. It's just bad when you compare it to the original trilogy.
Yeah.
It's the best
Yeah.
combat in the series. I will say that, definitely.
Okay. All right. Berto, 2010. What you got?
Yeah. Well, I knew he'd picked Mass Effect 2, and for the same reasons, I'm picking it as well. It's legitimately one of the best video games ever made. But before I go into my little quick rant, I do want to do a quick shout out to Limbo.
Yeah.
Simply
yeah.
because at the
Almost
time,
shows that.
just because at the time Xbox 360 was doing its like summer of arcade, I think it was, or something like that. That was one of them. And there were just so many good little indie games back then when indie was indie. So anyway, and also Red Dead Redemption, love it. But when we're talking favorite, Mass Effect 2 was brilliant. I think it's BioWare's best video game, next to Baldur's Gate 2, which I loved. And they have a thing with sequels where they just lay the groundwork for the original, and then they just turn it up to 100 with the story in the second one. Very similar to Baldur's Gate in the sense of like you're so drawn in by the characters. The way that you interact with them, the way that you get to know them. I mean, there's not really much else that I can add to what Jamie says. It's just the relationships that you create. I think I banged every single person in that game. It was great. Created relationships with everyone. But no, it's the uniqueness. It's the way that it's told. It's the writing was perfect. I know a lot of the, I guess, hardcore Mass Effect nerds probably love the first one better because it's more of a truer role-playing game, and it is. But when it comes to the complete package, it genuinely can't be beaten. In my experience with it, I didn't expect it to be that good. I really didn't. But as soon as it started, I was like, man, they put in a lot of effort into this one. It's like day and night. Yeah. I think if you play it, Brad, like, you'll appreciate one for what it is, but you'll love two.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
It's like Trapped in Time.
Well, that is the end of this week's episode of Ready Up. I'm going to go play Mass Effect. Bye.
See ya.
All right, 2011. My pick. I bet you're both going to roll your eyes at this.
Final Fantasy?
Probably.
No, I don't even think I'd have any more Final Fantasy. Actually, I would, but maybe much later. Minecraft.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But before I do that, I do want to shout out LA Noire because I did really froth that game when that came out.
That was a great game.
It was so good.
Great. I hate the main character though.
Great soundtrack.
Yeah, no, he's not very likable, is he?
Cole's the worst.
Anyway, Minecraft. I fell in love with Minecraft not by playing it, by watching all the YouTubers back in the day doing different like mod playthroughs and everything. I would watch hours and hours and hours of Minecraft videos every week, waiting for the new episodes to drop. And then once I started playing, I was like, shit, this is really, really good. And I've never, like, gotten all the achievements or whatever, which is something I have always wanted to do. And every year I have, like, a Minecraft phase where I, like, play it for, like, a month and then I stop playing it again. It's such... like, it's still so popular now. It is crazy. I think we spoke about it. Actually, you didn't speak about it, but I spoke about it with Ben last week about Mojang and how Minecraft still has, across Xbox's umbrella, like some of the most, like the biggest player base, right next to like Candy Crush and stuff. So it's crazy that 15 years later Minecraft is still massive and they keep updating it, adding new things. Like there's like, if I went back to play it now, there'd be so much new stuff added to it that I'd just be like, oh my god. But yeah, I really think it's definitely one of those games that like almost defines gaming, at least in the 2010s, I reckon. Jamie, 2011.
Firstly, shout out to Deus Ex Human Revolution. That game is super underrated.
Yeah.
Mankind Divided is also really, really good. My winner is Portal 2. I always hype it
I
up
al-
whenever we
I
discuss
almost
it.
chose Portal 2.
This is
Oh,
another
sequel.
very similar to my previous entry, where it was just like I love Portal. I thought the puzzles were great, and there was great moments in there. But like Portal 2 felt like they just went, okay, turn everything to 11. That's kind of how it felt. Like the introduction of Wheatley, played by Stephen
Yeah.
Merchant, was hilarious, and watching like the evolution of him become like the villain by the end of it, even though he's not really villainous, but it's just like so not believable at the same time. The puzzles are just great. Like that's just a given. Like they do some really just batshit insane things that will literally just melt your head. And that's not even touching on the co-op elements where they sort of, and once again, somehow dial that even higher, which I don't think I ended up finishing that, the cooperative stuff. But what I did play, I really enjoyed. I still remember when you walk around with GLaDOS like as a potato, and she's just with you for like a big chunk of the game, and she just sort of berates you as you're going through the whole game, which is just
Yeah.
phenomenal. Like the witty dialogue in the Portal series is incredible, and like in Portal 2, it's just brilliant. Like there's genuinely laugh out loud moments most of the time. I think there's an area where it's just like the in-character guy who like runs the organization Aperture, and you just hear him talking and just rambling random crap throughout different rooms and like audio files, and it's just it's just really charming. And I still remember the final battle that you have, and when they open up the roof and like the moon's there to like sort of
Yeah.
do the portal on the moon, and I remember audibly going, oh god, is that what we're doing? And then like you send Wheatley out there. But yeah, magical
Spoilers.
game. Yeah, I'm most of my things are going to be spoilers. I don't care. But it's super underrated. Like the fact that we haven't got either a remake or even a third bloody entry. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
Valve just don't have time to make actual like great installments anymore. But yeah,
They know how to make
Portal 2
games,
is
though.
magical. Oh, well, they don't need to with Steam going on. But yeah, if you can
Yeah,
play
so-
Portal 2, go and check it out. Like it's absolutely delicious.
Yeah. It's a go.
It is scrumptious.
Mm.
All right.
Mm.
Birdo. 2011.
Yeah, hard. Really, really hard. Gonna do a shout out to Dark Souls, but because I never played Dark Souls when it first came out, I played it afterwards. After everyone said it was a good game, and then I became a huge Dark Souls fan, and it became its own genre, right?
Yeah.
Which is very rare for video games. Minecraft's done it. Dark Souls has done it.
Yeah.
Portal hasn't, unfortunately, but maybe puzzle shooters, physics. My one is Skyrim. So I took a month of work, not for Skyrim. Took a month of work. I went 3 weeks. I went to Thailand and we explored everything with my girlfriend back then. And then when I came home, I had timed it and I didn't tell her for the launch of Skyrim. So then by the time we came back, I had an extra week off. And she looked at me oddly like, you're crazy, right? And I'm like, yeah, yeah. Like, I loved Oblivion before.
Yeah.
Yep. And, it was the reason I bought a 360 was Oblivion. So I was like, let's give this one a go. And it was just, I think I got in 1 week, it was something like 50 hours of gameplay. Completely obsessed. And it was perfect because she went to work and I was like, still being a good partner. It's just totally taking advantage of the fact that I was alone in these periods of time. So
Yeah.
I just rotted on the couch playing it. I knew it hit its peak when other people at work who weren't gamers were telling me if I've heard the game. And they knew that I was a big nerd anyway. So they're like, oh, have you played this game before? I'm like, dude, I've been living in it for like the last week. Of course I fucking played.
I am the game.
Yeah, that's me. But no, just it's the music. There were a lot of changes that were controversial at the time, but I don't think any game has really had this many number one releases and re-releases and remakes But the fact that it's still constantly going, the community is still thriving, everybody loves it. Sold a truckload.
Yeah.
Graphically, story-wise, I think people didn't really care. I think it's just the way that they've created the world. Like, you just got lost in it.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the story, really.
It's
And the
a
music
dragon, I
was peak.
think.
The peak. Such good music.
Oh yeah,
Very
music's
good
insane.
music.
Hmm.
Yeah, like I haven't actually played Skyrim for probably more than 10 years now. And I'd love to just shut off for a weekend and go back into it and get lost in the world again, because I don't have a good memory, so I could experience it for the first time
Probably
again
could.
easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely another generational game for sure
Yeah.
of that time. 2012. That's when Coney 2012 happened, if you all remember that.
I remember
Jesus.
that. Let's make him
I
famous.
know. Yeah.
Did they catch him?
I have no idea, and I don't really care. uh, all right, my pick is Telltale's The Walking Dead Season 1.
Ooh.
The first game I ever cried at. The first game ever. So,
Yeah.
beautiful storytelling. Also, when The Walking Dead was like at its peak popularity too. So, I reckon when this game dropped, everyone was talking about it. Everyone was posting Let's Plays on YouTube. Everyone was, yeah, it felt like this was one of the first games for me that, I mean, were there any games similar to like Telltale's style before The Walking Dead? Because I can't really think of anything earlier.
Not like
They
that,
had-
but there were.
They had done a few other ones. They had done. I remember Back to the Future, and I think maybe Jurassic Park. They had done or like dabbled in. Or were they before or not?
I have
think they
no
were after.
idea.
I don't know time. So, but
No.
They
have
did a
no
lot
idea.
during that period. The problem was that this was the nature of releasing episodic content. This was the beginning of that. So I think you're right, Jamie. Perhaps they did. I think they did multiple games, different episodes of different franchises during this period of time. That's from what I remember.
I don't know. But I just remember like playing episode 1 and I was like, oh my god, I've got to wait like 3 months for episode 2. And like the episodes always like ended on a cliffhanger, and like that week leading up to the release of the next episode, that's all you could think about. It like you just don't get that anymore. Like
No.
it was so exciting. Lee and Clementine's father-daughter relationship was beautiful, so heartfelt, and obviously the ending of season 1 of The Walking Dead was heartbreaking, no
Such a
matter what
ballsy
you
way to
chose to
end.
do. Yeah, it was, and
It was so good.
it definitely made me want more. And like I loved season 2 as well, and like some of your choices from season 1 carried through to season 2 if you had the save file available.
Yeah.
It definitely just sparked, like, I don't think Telltale have like really, I mean, I guess The Wolf Among Us, they did do really good with that, but it's kind of been like hit and miss for them, like after that first season or 2 of The Walking Dead. But yeah, I'm hoping they can recapture that magic in The Wolf Among Us 2 next year, I think. Yeah, next year. So yeah, that is my pick for 2012. Jamie, what's yours?
So my honorable shout is going to harken back to what we've spoken about previously about feelings. Just going to share a quick story just because Birdo reminded me of it. Mass Effect 3. When it first came out, I had booked 2 weeks off work myself. And that was not to travel. It was literally to not move. I spent the first week, I replayed the first game. I got all my choices that I wanted. I replayed the second game, all my choices ready to go. And then as that first week ended, Mass Effect 3 came out. And then literally, I don't know if I left the house, and I just played the hell out of that. I remember my friends would come visit, and they'd just sit and watch me play it. And I would, like, not interact with them because, like, I didn't care. But yeah, we talk about feelings. Mass Effect 3 was special because of that. But my actual one that I'm going to pick is Persona 4 Gold.
Nice.
I bloody love the Vita. The Vita was so ahead of its time compared to some of the features it has. Like a lot of the features that the Switch has were on the Vita. They just weren't either pushed or weren't ever really promoted well enough or utilized really. But I still remember this is back when I was like hardcore into IGN all the time, listening to all the podcasts. And I remember Colin Moriarty on the Beyond podcast was hyping up Persona. I never heard of this series before in my life. So I was like, I'll give it a shot. I want something else to play on my Vita. I could not put this game down. Like, the whole concept of like, I wasn't great in my school time, but like here I like wanted to go to all my classes and like get all the quizzes correct and shit. It's just so charming. Like, and like the charm is also sort of balanced out with like this darkness as well, because like the whole main plot is like people just being found dead throughout the town and like you don't know why. And that sort of leads into when you end up getting your magical powers and then you start getting your personas, and it just sort of introduces one by one these adoring characters that you just really just spend a lot of time with, which seems to be a recurring theme for games that have really resonated with me when they have a really strong cast of characters. That seems to really appeal to me. But yeah, I never looked back. It didn't matter if it was like you go on little school trips every now and again to sort of break up the big dungeons that you go and visit, and you literally will just say go and hang out, and that's all you would do. You just spend like a good couple of hours on a school field trip, getting to know everyone, getting up to shenanigans and shit. And it's usually, you know, they're Japanese games, so it usually ends up being weird and like creepy stuff sometimes. But like it is super fun and like very jovial and everything. But yeah, this completely got me addicted to Persona series, and I haven't looked back since. This is probably part of the reason why I'm so keen for the Persona 4 remake, which is next year as well, which I completely forgot about until just now. I wish I was a little bit richer because I wanted to get the collector's edition for the remake, but I just went with the steelbook one. But yeah, so keen for that to sort of relive why I fell in love with this series for the first time.
Nice. I'm also excited for that remake, even though I haven't played Persona 4 Gold, and I've just heard so many good things about Persona 4 Gold, and so
I think you'd love it, especially because I know you love Metaphor as well. So I think if you love that sort of way they did characters and that, I think you will.
I need to give Persona another chance. I really do. I do.
Persona's great.
Yeah.
Berto, what's your 2012 pick?
Yeah, you two make really good games, like recommendations before with Walking Dead and Persona. Love them. My I guess just my little quick shout out will go to Spec Ops: The Line, because
so good.
It is the most generic looking game, but it isn't. And I think a lot of people don't give it enough credit for what the story's trying to tell. And when you play that game, especially with the story, and again, I'm not huge on the story. Like, I love gameplay more, but if a story really hits home and it's done very well, then damn, it just really hits the nail on the head. It's one of those ones that really made me think after playing it, like, damn, that was something quite special. And it's a cult classic now. Mine is Journey. So I remember so it's funny because, you know, when Mixtape came out this year, everyone's like, oh, it's not even a video game. Same conversation was said back then in 2012, right? So Journey's not a real video game. Walking Dead's not a real video game. but I don't know how to explain my experience with it. It was simply I heard it was really good. I said I'll give it a go. Downloaded it. I remember my girlfriend was sick at the time, so taking care of her, and she's like, just play. And she was sitting next to me, and I played it from beginning to end. And then at the end, I just sat there going, I think this was the best game I've ever played. And I don't know why. I think it was just the way that, number one is the music, 110%. That added a lot more, I guess, dramatic tension to the game. Just the way that it was made, the way that you spoke to others, but you didn't realize you were speaking to other people or communicating with other people until the very end. The fact that you don't know anything, the fact that it was weird and arty and artistic, and it was just crafted so well. And so
gorgeous too.
Yeah, just my experience with that really made me think how much I loved video games. I just, like I said, she was sitting next to me, and I said, "Damn, I don't know what it is, but there's something about this game that just totally hooked me like when I was a kid. Just couldn't stop. I didn't realize I had spent 3 hours."
Yeah. It's definitely one of those video games are art video games. I only played Journey for the first time in the last 5 years, and like I sat on it for ages, and as soon as I finished it, I was like, damn, why did that take me so long to play, like to start playing it? I was like, oh my god. It was
special.
beautiful. Yeah.
It really was. Yeah. That's mine.
Yeah. All right, moving on to 2013. Do we all have the same answer here? I'm assuming we do.
No.
Oh,
No.
okay,
okay.
Jamie. You and I will talk about The Last of Us. Then, do you want to kick that off?
You two go.
Oh, do you want me to kick it off?
Yeah, you love it more than I do.
Well, yeah, I have very much touted it my favorite game of all time. It changed the landscape of gaming. As much as a lot of the time we think to ourselves, did it change it all for good? Because like a lot of people and a lot of games just focus so much on story
Good
sometimes.
question.
So it is a very deep question, which we'll maybe get into in another episode or something. But this was one of those that I could not put down. I remember. Oh, that opening still gets me every single time. I don't know about you,
Yeah,
Brad, but
no.
just the voice acting and
That was the second time I cried in a video game.
the way the female voice actor portrays when she's actually like on her way out is
Yeah.
ridiculous. You can feel the heartbreak.
It feels so
The way Troy
authentic.
Baker acts it too is brilliant. If you watch some of the grounded documentaries on it, Neil Druckmann really pushed Troy Baker to like bring something out of him. It was just like, yeah, you're really emotional and everything, but you're missing the scene completely. And props to Druckmann because he really got something completely special out of that entire scene. I just feel like it is just a series of stories of just literally a guy and his adopted daughter trying to get from point A to point B. But it's just like everywhere they go is impactful. If you're not meeting up with Bill and the comedic moments that sort of add a little bit of levity within everything between Ellie and Bill absolutely hating each other. And then when you're meeting Sam and Henry, which is when I've replayed that over and over and over now, because I've probably played this close to about 15 times or so. Their ending is probably one of the most heartbreaking things of the entire game. Like, losing Joel's daughter at the start is heart-wrenching, but when you actually think of Henry having to kill his younger brother and then himself, and then the impact of just like cutting to like months later, and you can still see the impact that meeting these people have affected Joel and Ellie is nuts. And even when like Joel gets impaled, like I don't know about you, but like I wasn't expecting that, and then it does the jump cut and you're Ellie now, and you're like, what is
Where's
happened?
Joel?
Like, yeah. And I still remember the first few times I played it, I didn't even realize that like David, the cannibal, was voiced by Nolan Moore. Like it sounded nothing like him.
I only learnt this now, so
It's like I said, like, every time I hear it, like I think of this game, it's just like a bunch of moments all tied together with as much as I love it, I don't think we ever needed part two. I absolutely love that cut to black ending of okay, and then just we're credits now. It's like, does she believe the lie? Is she willing to just sort of hide the lie because that's all she has left is Joel? I just thought it was so ballsy, and it just leaves you, like you said, you sat there with Journey, Alberto. It leaves you with those questions yourself. I have seen some people just go, oh no, she says okay, like, nah, they're all good. I'm like, no, the subtleties in the way that it's all performed, it leaves you
she was doubtful, like the way she delivered that line.
Yeah, 100%. And like Ashley Johnson kills it as Ellie. Like,
Yeah.
the voice acting throughout the entire game is just absolutely special. Yeah, I think the TV series did a good representation of this game, but like being able to actually be in it and like interact with it, dealing with clickers for the first time with like headphones on, like like dolphin clicking shit was just like, what the fuck is here? Yeah, if this is one of those where if I could Men in Black like neuralize myself and play something again for the first time, it'd be 100% this. But I'd love to hear what else you want to say about it.
Well, you've basically just taken all the words out of my mouth.
Oh, okay.
But, no. The kind of not guilt you felt after playing that last sequence in the hospital after saving Ellie, it's like I wanted to save Ellie, but then like you've doomed humanity, and like then you feel like I was stewing on it for years after I finished that game for the first time. I was like, is Joel the bad guy? Or was he just doing what any father would have done? It's like, it's hard. And like, now looking back at it, like, Joel kind of fucked everyone, but, but Joel is such a, you go through so much with him, and like, you can't help but feel, I mean, I don't know, he felt like a father to me too, but yeah, it just evoked so many emotions and so many feelings and so many thoughts at the end of that game. And also, you never mentioned Tess. I loved Tess as well as a character.
Tess is great.
Even though she didn't last long, but yeah.
I unfortunately I can't remember the voice actress's name, but I know she did pass away recently.
Yeah.
But she did another incredible job, because when she reveals the bite and everything.
Yeah.
Just touching on what you touched about the hospital sequence. See, my first playthrough, I was Joel. I didn't care what I did. It was just like, I'm getting Ellie out. Like, I didn't care what happened about humanity, because like humanity was on that table. You know what I mean? And that's how Joel felt. So like the subtleties of how you could feel differently in that scene. Because like subsequent playthroughs, it's just like, yeah, Joel's not that great. But then again, Darling could have been a little bit sort of nicer about the whole situation, maybe explained it to him and not just like got mad at him.
Yeah.
So
well, we could talk about The Last of Us forever, couldn't we? No.
Easy, yeah.
Berto, what's your 2013 pick?
So I just
why
want to
is
clear
it
the
wrong?
air.
Kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was tossing up between The Last of Us and Bioshock Infinite. Till probably today. Yeah. And the reason is because I love The Last of Us. I have no problems with it, apart from the fact of more future-related stuff. Whereas, like, this was the very first video game that created the style, and now we see it a couple of years later
Everywhere.
And it's not really that great for the industry. But I have nothing negative. The problem that I sat with was, which one did I go down the rabbit hole a lot more? And like how you two describe your experiences with The Last of Us, especially Jamie with his obsession, like fandom obsession. You know what I mean? Like, you've got theories upon theories layered with, even more theories. It's like intense. I had that with Bioshock Infinite more, and that's the only reason why I chose it more. I think just the way that game presented to me its story which again isn't its the big thing that I'm there for, and probably why I'm still tossing up between both of them even right now. But my obsession with the ending of Bioshock Infinite is what got me over the line. I've never YouTubed many things back then, but after watching the end of Bioshock Infinite and
Don't
the way that
spoil
it all
please. I
laid
haven't
out,
played
I'm
it.
not.
You played it.
I just
have-
was like YouTubing it all. Yeah, you're saying, right?
Did
You haven't played?
is it your favorite Bioshock game?
That's tough.
No, but because it wraps everything up,
Mhm.
it's the most important one, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, especially the DLCs from Infinite
Oh, some of the best DLCs.
of all
Genuinely.
time, literally.
Mhm.
Yeah. So like, this is the thing. Like, I love The Last of Us, and it's perfect for what it was. But Bioshock Infinite wrapped a series up, and the DLCs definitely put a full stop on it. And again, I'm not going to spoil it at all. But man, I was like legitimately on the internet trying to figure out what it is that I just saw. I was like, is this what it meant? Like, who is this character? Why did I think this character was doing this? And that's it, really. They're both great games. Last of Us Infinitely a better game, 100%.
Good pick. I'm
Pun
glad you
intended.
chose something different. Because I thought we
yeah.
all would have chosen The Last of Us.
Definitely. It's just the way that I felt at the time. I just, very obsessed
Yeah.
with that story of Infinite. Because it's so confusing.
It is, yeah.
All right. On to the last year, 2014, and I am going back to Telltale, and my choice is The Wolf Among Us. Love a detective story. Love the art style of The Wolf Among Us too. It's
Mhm.
The Walking Dead was very like sepia tone, like very dull colors, and The Wolf Among Us is like kind of like a
Neon.
dark neon vibrant color palette too. The story's fantastic. I do need to replay it because I haven't played it since 2014. So I'm definitely going to be replaying it when the remake comes out later this year. Yeah, just an iconic cast of characters. You just love Big B. Like, you can't not love Big B. He's such a great character. Yeah, I can't wait for the sequel. Jamie, what's your pick?
Shout out to Transistor, another Supergiant Games game. Brilliant. But my winner for 2014, Shovel Knight. I've spoken about Shovel Knight recently when we were talking about Mina the Hollower.
Hollower.
Yacht Club. Yacht Club? That's it. The studio behind Shovel Knight is just... If you love old school, like, challenging games, they just know how to do it. The base game of Shovel Knight is, like, incredibly challenging, but it is like those old school titles where it is satisfying to get through. The visuals with the 8-bit style is gorgeous. Soundtrack is, once again, is like one of those real boppy, like, addictive tracks that really do emphasize every little world you go and visit. And the boss battles are phenomenal as well. Like, they will kick your ass until you actually learn what they're going to do to you. And I mentioned it when we spoke about the Hollower. The 3 expansions that they just released on top of it. Plague Knight was the only one I played, but I know there's 2 additional ones. And they basically get you to play it as one of the bosses that you encounter in the base game, but then you learn sort of their motivations and what they did to get into that spot that you meet them in the original game. But they all have their own move styles and everything, so it sort of changes almost everything, and it becomes almost its own game entirely. Because Plague Knight, in comparison to Shovel Knight, which sort of hops around almost like a DuckTales type thing, but you're also using your shovel to inflict damage, Plague Knight, like they just throw bombs. That's sort of their thing. They're a little bit more timid in their style. So it really does completely change how you actually interact with things in the world. And the fact that they just went to that much effort to do three different expansions just for free because their fans loved it. Like props to that, because like you don't see that very often at all nowadays. But yeah, Shovel Knight. I think the Treasure Trove collection is available on PS4, which I guess just brings everything together. But yeah, phenomenal game, especially if you like those sort of classic 8-bit style platformers.
Yep,
Good pick.
100%.
Berto, let's wrap up 2014 with your pick.
Yeah, just with Shovel Knight, that was my shout out. Just influences of Mega Man, DuckTales, all that. Love it. And as you guys know, I love my Mega Man. Iconic. Mine one is actually Destiny.
Good pick.
Yeah, so yeah, same at the beginning, and the year was very light, 2014, from memory. And Halo Reach, shout out to that as well for when it came out. I think it was 2011, which is too many good games, right? But that was the last Bungie game, and there was that huge issue with Microsoft and Bungie. I think they split, and Bungie decided to become independent from memory. They had done their contracts for Halo 1, 2, 3, and Reach and ODST. And so everyone's like, what are they going to do next? And Destiny was it. And I remember the confusion of everyone. And now it's not so confusing because everybody understands how these shooter games now work. But at the time, I guess it was one of the pioneers, right? Of like an MMO first-person shooter, basically. Didn't make much sense to me originally, but once you understood how the gameplay worked, and the gameplay was perfect, but once you understood how the game worked, it just became so addictive. So addictive. The original base game, though, had a few issues from memory. I know there were a few people that were like, oh, it's incomplete. Yeah, that was the point, now when you think about it, because they just kept growing and growing and growing. But I was in that hype. I bought the game, got the steelbook. Just a lot of love for it. Love Bungie, and just the Halo feel of how they make their games. It's just it's too addictive, their gunplay.
Well, great pick, Berto. And that is our top games from 2010 to 2014. In the next episode, we'll be going from 2015 to 2019, which we are all very fearful of because there are some really big games in those years.
So hard.
Yeah. But did you name the game for this week?
You can come out. It's safe now.
All right, Jamie, I think you know what it is. Berto, do you have any idea what this is?
Nah, some sort of like, I don't know. I was going to say Ori in the Blind Forest, but nah, it's not that. So I have no idea.
All right, Jamie, what is it?
Now, if it's the game I think it is, this is actually really difficult. It doesn't look like it should, but it definitely really is. Is it Kena Bridge of Spirits?
Yes, well done.
Deceptively hard, this one. Like, I played on easy because like it was kicking my ass on normal.
Really?
Like, it doesn't look like the visual style is like a pixel game. Like, it's gorgeous, but it looks like it shouldn't be difficult. But it can go. But
Yeah. Well, did you at home name the game? If you didn't, try again next week. And with that, that is the end of this week's episode of Ready Up, a weekly gaming discussion podcast by NextPlay Australia. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, don't forget to check out Not Another Update, our weekly news podcast. where this week we discussed what worlds we want to see in Kingdom Hearts 4, God of War Lalfei releasing next year, and the microtransaction controversy with Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. As always, thanks for listening, and until next time, gamers, bye!
Ciao.
Yar.